Kate, hello, Kate. Oh, by the way, Kate, this is my friend Kathleen. She was listening to the book the same time I was.
Oh.
And so she had some questions for you as well. So I asked her to come in here. Kate, first question for you. Kathleen, ask her the question.
How do you not cry when you're reading this out loud? And what about the guys in the control room? How are they not crying while you're reading this?
Or were they?
Or were they? Yes.
I'll be honest, we all cried. We all cried a lot. My producer, Laura Grafton, was incredible with the direction that she gave. She was a really good advocate for being honest and engaging with the characters without a whole lot of polishing work. So there was a lot of crying. Sometimes we had to slow it down because it was a little too much, but a lot of it was just allowed through. And I'm very grateful to Laura's direction for advocating for that kind of transparency with the book. I think it really needed that.
How did this come about? How did you get this gig? Because I mean, this is a special book. I mean, it really is a special book.
I'm a narrator in West Michigan, and because of the proximity that I have to Brilliance Audio, which is a publishing house that's in Grand Haven, Michigan, I do a lot of work with them. And so they are the ones that cast me for this book. And it was just a wonderful experience. I had no idea what I was getting into. I knew the basic synopsis, but once I read the book, it really broke my heart. And I fell in love with the sense of humor and the intelligence of the characters. And I still think about Hazel and Gus and Isaac and everybody in the book, even more than a year later. So
really?
It's pretty great.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. That makes me happy because I think they're still going on in your head. That makes me very happy.
Yeah.
The different voices that you did, you made some interesting decisions on how to do that. How did you nail the voices? How did you nail these voices?
You know, when I first read a script, I usually try to read through it for the first time with no set idea of how I'm going to make people sound. I try to just read the book as I would if I found it and was reading for pleasure. And these characters, John Green did such a great job of creating complex, interesting, and very different characters. So I felt like I could kind of hear their voice. And with Hazel, it just needed to be, we needed to let her labor a little bit. And Laura was so gracious to let me struggle in breath a little bit for Hazel. I think that was really important for her. She couldn't sound too physically strong because she was really laboring with, you know, her illness throughout the entire story. So,
what was the saddest part, Kathleen? What was the saddest part?
You know, I'm totally
going to
cry. You know, I think I was communicating. Like he said, I was tweeting back and forth with Cody the whole time I was listening to this book. And I think the worst for me was the gas station.
Oh, the gas station.
The gas station.
Kate, the gas station. That was that was heartbreaking.
Look at my arm.
Oh, your heart. She's got goosebumps.
Yeah, yeah. The vulnerability. This book looks straight at illness and straight at the experiences that you have when it's not pretty anymore. It's just so many books, I think, with the best of intentions, treat cancer with kid gloves and tell the surface of the story. This is one of many, thankfully, that dive in and are very honest about what it's like to not only be someone struggling with illness, but to be a caregiver, to be a friend. That gas station scene was brutal. Oh. I saw the film last night.
Oh, did you?
I've never been in a theater with so many people who were loudly weeping in my life.
That's awful.
It was intense, and it was all ages. There were retired aged folks all the way down to kids that were younger than my children, and
nice.
Universal weeping.
Kate, we got to go, but we just wanted to thank you. We thought the whole experience of you reading it to us was just special, and we wanted to share that with everybody.
Thank you. I appreciate being here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.